started with a song.
So great. CBC Music dossier's got lots of that kind of stuff. Please welcome Brett Kissell.
Nice. All right. Thank you, George. Thank you very much.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
It means a lot. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Really appreciate it.
How's things?
Very good.
Excellent. Nice to see you.
Great to be here. It really is. Listen, man, we got a cowboy hat in the audience. Look at this.
We only ever have cowboy hats in here when we have a country music artist or somebody from the Conservative government. That's the only time.
Yeah, of course.
we have a cowboy hat. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it all?
Very good. Yeah, this has been a whirlwind since signing my record deal. And but you think about everything that happened prior to that. It was kind of like the minor leagues. I'm a big sports fan, as you know. It's kind of like the minor leagues, and finally got that call up to the big leagues. And I just hope I can stay here for a while.
When was the first time you thought that I can actually do this?
Well, I don't want to say it was when I got my first paycheck playing country music, but
How much was it?
I got paid $50.
What'd you buy?
Oh, that was like I saved it and I put it towards a guitar.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, $50, I got a $50 bill, and this is from playing a 4-H event close to my hometown. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. Do you have any idea how many birthdays, how many teeth I had to lose from the tooth fairy and get $50? And here I am. Like, it was incredible for me. So, you know, just, it was one of those things, and I've been to many shows. My parents would always take me out.
Your record company must have loved the fact that you were only excited about $50. They're just,
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Hey, kid,
Yeah.
here's 75. Heartbreak is a real big part of quality songwriting.
I agree.
When you're young and you've enjoyed your status, where does that part come from?
Well, I mean, when it comes for heartbreak for me, I wrote a song actually about losing my grandma and my grandpa.
Yeah, dude, you have a nice dedication in here to them as well, right?
Yeah, I lost them. They were, you know, big pillars in our community back home in St. Paul, Bonnyville. And they were driving down, you know, Foggy Road, and they passed away in a car accident. Yeah. And when I wrote a song about them...
But like recently, right? Relatively recently.
Yeah, just last Christmas.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was hard for our whole family. But that's, I think, something very special about music is that I could turn to music. And the day after my grandma died, she lasted a little bit longer than my grandfather did. I wrote this song in about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, the day after she died, and it was just that heartbreak and that inspiration came to me, and it's one of those things that I think is special about country music and music in general, that you can draw on those true life experiences.
Right. You moved to Nashville, homie, so that's a big thing.
That's a big step for me.
You're walking into country music.
It was a bit intimidating, and it still is, because, as you know, you've been there quite a few times, it's Music City.
One of the things I did when I went to Nashville, I loved, aside from going to this great honky-tonk called Robert's,
Yeah, that's right.
I love that joint, but was going to the Opry. You know, because the Grand Ole Opry used to air on TV, obviously used to air on radio. When we hear about Johnny Cash or June Carter Cash, or you hear about Tammy Wynette, Patsy, you hear about the Opry.
It's the show that made country music famous,
Right.
as they like to say.
You've been, right?
I've been many times.
Yeah.
I've never been on the stage.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do to get on the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, that would just be such a thrill, because that would be like my Stanley Cup. That would be, you know, I even actually, I'm going to take off my hat here on national TV.
You never take your hat off.
I shouldn't, but I got lots of hair. But anyways, I've got a ticket stub, actually.
Hold on a second, hold on. You got way more than one thing in there. What's going
I got
on?
lots of stuff in this cowboy hat here.
Dude, this is like Mr. Dress-Up's tickle trunk in here. Okay, wait, you got a $5 bill in here that looks like it's been there for a long time.
Well, that was my very first request. A gentleman by the name of Henry Martin, when the new $5 bills came out, and he wrote, play You Are My Sunshine. So I've got that in there.
Bro, you've got so much stuff.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
it.
I've got the King of Diamonds. This is very special to me. My great-grandmother, she taught me how to play cards.
Right.
And she passed away, and I always kept this in my hat.
Okay, what is that? I see the name on there.
Oh, the very first concert my wife Cecilia ever came to, we wanted to make sure I got her VIP tickets, because of course I really liked her. So got her right in the front row, and I actually kept her ticket stub.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Written, my old manager,
Hey.
Dr. Bob's handwriting is on it. Cecilia, it says. I don't even know if she knows
You keep that in your hat, because the next time you write a song about you and her fighting and she's pissed at you, remind her you have that ticket,
Oh,
okay?
I've written a few songs about that, actually, but...
Dean, take a look at this video here for a second.
Oh, my gosh!
Right? That's clearly Canadian.
That's a song by George Fox. I played that in grade 1 at Glenavon School in St. Paul. Played that for the talent show.
That's awesome.
How did you find that? I've never even seen footage of that.
That's it, man. This is where your taxpayer dollars go, bro.
Well, there
this
you
is
go.
where your taxpayer dollars go.
Incredible.
Tell me about Dwight Yoakam.
It was an incredible tour. I got to do a number of dates across Western Canada. The final show, he brought me up onto the bus, and we talked about Buck Owens for about 30 minutes. And that was incredible because you know how much I love the classics. And Buck Owens is one of the best entertainers, best songwriters. I think he had a string of 21 consecutive #1s, and it'll never be beaten. And you have that, and you've got Dwight Yoakam. That was the closest thing to meeting Buck Owens for me. And I think he really enjoyed getting to talk to a guy my age about Buck Owens, and we just had a cocktail and talked about Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
We got a guitar we can bring out. Let's bring a guitar for Brett. I'm going to surprise him.
You guys got a guitar?
I want to surprise you with something, all right? Okay. Kevin, you got applause.
Hey,
Kevin got applause. All right.
All right.
So here's the thing. I'm going to want you to play the entire Beatles catalog. No, to do that. Okay. I'm going to give you a scenario, and you have to play the song that matches the scenario, okay? May this never be your reality. An upbeat country song about having to have your beloved dog stuffed at a taxidermy place. Go.
Wow.
Upbeat, though. It's got to be upbeat. Look,
There you have it.
The dog was a bit of a jerk, okay? So, upbeat.
I stuffed my boy Charlie. Here we go now.
All right, one more. A rip-roaring honky-tonk classic about how cold fusion is the power source of the future.
Cold feet.
You're right, but you're going to piss off some of your oil buddies in Alberta, but
Yeah.
still, let's go for it.
A honky-tonker?
Yeah, honky-tonker, yeah.
I wish I had Dwight Yoakam here. Maybe he'd be part of it.
That's awesome.
I don't really know what cold fusion really means, but I'm gonna write this song for my buddy anyway. I've been put on the spot. I mean,
It started with a song, everybody. Brett Kissell.
Thank you, George.
Real pleasure, man. We'll do that back.